There's some real money in the room.
At some point, you get arrested and you go to prison. Was your first bid, that's what led you to Ferguson?
My first bid, man, was actually like somewhat of like a shock probation type situation. And I went through a Safe P program. And as soon as I got out, man, 6 months later, I ended up catching a 20-year sentence. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, and then I spent all my time in Amarillo, from Amarillo to Ferguson, from Ferguson to pre-release and home. But I'm sure you want to know how I got to Ferguson.
Yeah, how did you get to Ferguson?
I got there because of a trade, man, a cooking trade, culinary arts. It was the only unit in the system that had it. And up there, all we did most times, man, in West Texas was try to figure out how to get closer to home, how to get shipped. Some guys would write politicians, or their families would get in touch with the senators and all this crap around here to let you know, and sometimes it would work. They would get shipped home. Well, I could never get nothing to work for me. My mother tried everything. So I went in the inmate handbook and I looked up trades, and I seen Ferguson unit. And the homie said, man, that's where you want to go, cuz. That's right there by Houston. That's close to Houston. I said, all right. So I put in for it. By it being the only one in the system, man, boom. They accepted me. About 7, 8 months, 6 months later, I was on the chain bus coming down south. Another reason why I wanted to get down south, because at that time they had started giving parole. And parole was halted, man, for a long time at TDC. A lot of people ain't never spoke on that. We were stuck in there, man, everywhere. If you was in there, you was in there, man. You was stuck. There wasn't no whole bunch of parole going on. So we had started catching wind and gossip in the pen that they letting niggas go home. They letting brothers go home down south. So shit, I started putting down my little campaign to get shipped, and I made it happen, man. And I went to that Ferguson.
So you chose to go to Ferguson?
Basically.
I heard you right. You know, Ferguson, I hear a lot about Ferguson these days, and it's like gladiator camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's an aura attached to it, man. It's just a bad place, man. It's a bad place for bad people. For bad people, man. It's some of the most heinous crimes committed. You get sent there. Gang related, you're gonna get sent there. A bunch of cats over there probably on medication and all kind of stuff, man. A lot of some wild individuals over there. But before I finish that sentence, let me finish it with this. Man, it's over 90 prisons in the state of Texas, man. So you're talking about each prison has this. So it's nothing spectacular about Ferguson, but the name, the mystique.
Right.
These guys are riding off of 1980s, man. It comes with the Ferguson unit as far as I'm concerned. The little parts of the 90s and the stuff that they describe as being the most horrific stuff they ever seen ain't nothing, man. It's a drop in the bucket, man, to what them dudes went through in the Texas prison system in the 80s, homie. Can't be compared. And so I say, quit trying to take pride and try to take pats on the back, man, for your run in the joint in the 90s and the 2000s when we know that was really wasn't nothing hellified going on. Why don't we get that to the guys really that went through it, man? Why are we trying to overshadow them guys? Come on, man. Shout out to Sam Slaughter. Guys that did 38 years, man. 38 years? From 1983 to 2000, I want to say 20. Man, that's ridiculous. That's what we want to hear from, man. Because back then, that's when prison was really prison. That's when guys were getting their head knocked off and smoked in the Texas prison system. So it was a man named Dr. Larry. A lot of people might not remember him, but he was Texas prison story champion. The way he told his stories, man, he told you about he'd go kill somebody and go down to the warden and put the knife on the desk. And all he get is 30 days in the hole. See, these were the people we want to hear about when it was really prison. Not this crap that I was over there and I don't know what the hell he talking about. I was over there too. What did I miss? Where was the horror show at? I never was scared to be over there. I'm not a scary person, bro. I'm not a scary person, so I can't tell you no boogeyman stories about Ferguson. And I was there for 3 years. I was there long enough for the boogeyman to visit. And I never seen him. And so guys will probably say, well, you were on minimum custody. But so it was one hallway. I'm going to hear about the boogeyman has arrived somewhere on here.
Right.
It wasn't nothing like that, man. To me, it's been overblown. And I think that this whole Ferguson thing, man, is being just dragged out. What about Cofield? What about Beto? What about Bill Clements and Amarillo? What about all the units in Huntsville? What about all of that? What about death row? Dudes, I want to hear from a dude that was an orderly on death row. I want them kind of stories, the real deal, to scare some children from going down there.
Well, let's stay here for a second.
Let's do it.
On Ferguson. You went to Ferguson unit, and I'm not sure if you've seen, but a lot of Ferguson unit OGs have come together and attacked Percy.
Yeah.
OG Hollywood. Are you familiar with Hollywood?
It's my partner, man. It's my bro.
Salute to Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Hollywood has a platform he's built called the Day Room, for those who don't know. And the Day Room is apparently the place in prison where the fellas come to congregate.
That's right. Watch TV, gamble, haircuts, whatever. Do dirt, whatever. The Day Room is where it goes down.
Well, Hollywood had it going down where there was at least 8 former Ferguson members who were on there talking about OG Percy.
Right.
Kryptonite, Suge, Dewberry, King Shu, and all of them wasn't, just going in on Percy. I think the true issue was that Kryptonite felt that Percy has a platform and they're not sharing it with everybody on Ferguson.
This is what I see. Can I say something to you?
Go ahead.
What I see is dudes being insensitive, man, and don't care nothing about Percy whatsoever. Every time I look at Percy on this screen, when he sheds a tear or when he's going through something personal, I know it's real. I'm a real person too, man. That's what I'm in this for. I don't play no games, far as that, man, I'm just me. I'm transparent. And Percy's transparent. That drew me to him. Because when I see the pain in his eyes, and then I watch some dudes that he wants to cut for him too, that he's never done anything to, that he's never woke up one day of his life thinking about nothing bad against none of these men that you just mentioned. Okay? And they're relentless and tearing them to pieces like a lion.
Right.
What makes us, to me, it just makes me say, man, that's bullyism. I'm not going to sit back and watch nobody do my partner like that, man. He got somebody going to rock with him. And then, it's terrible, man, because instead of just leaving it at words on the internet, it turns into I'll come to your house or I'll meet you somewhere and I'm going to knock you out. Man, come on, man, because he's talking about a slave plantation named after a white boy, man, that was a screw-up, a white boy that got impeached, James E. Ferguson, a white boy that was a bad kid. He was just a delinquent. He was bad as hell. Little spoiled little white boy. Bad. Okay? And this is what this aura that just hangs over these people is, to me. It's got to be something, man. It's got to be something evil. Because at the end of the day, like I said, ain't nothing they're going to be able to say out their mouth to be able to justify the fact that they picking on a man that just lost his brother about a year and a half ago or more. His mama's in bad condition as far as her health. His sister. This is public. Percy don't hide nothing. And it's like him not hiding nothing, he intends for you to know what's really going on. And instead of somebody having empathy and sympathy for him, they looking at him and going back and making lives and then talking about his stuff in the back. Man, come on, bro. It's like me telling the world that I had 14 kids, bro. If I had never told you that, you never would have knew that, man. Why are you making your live as soon as I get off mine, you talking about my 14 kids like a dog? You see what I'm saying? That's what these people are here for, man. This is what we dealing with. And a lot of these brothers call themselves real. Real, I'm real. Man, get out of here. Bro, if that's real, I don't even want nothing to do with no realism. Keep me away from them suckers. I was trapped in TDC for all them years with these type of individuals that like to rat pack and posse up. If you don't see things they way, man, oh my God, it's gonna be hell to pay. Well, we ain't in the penitentiary no more. You won't get to have us in no secluded space where we have to make a decision and it's not gonna favor us. Out here in the streets, man, it's different out here. And we out in the world, and these guys need to transition. They need to get transitioned. Because they sitting running around out here with this crap, man, and it's just really embarrassing. No other state is running around ready to fight and kill behind the prison they was in, bro. Nobody's done that. We don't see that on no other level but these cuckoo birds here in our state.
Yeah. Well,
Am I doing too much?
No, you doing right.
Okay.
So Dewberry, right? So let's start with Dewberry.
Let's go.
So you're familiar with
The name.
with Dewberry.
The name in the joint. That was all. Never had no personal dealings with the guy in my life. He claimed the same set that I'm from at that time, and that was the only thing that would have linked us together. So that's why I ended up finding out about his name, because he was a part of the same group that I'm a part of.
And he was square business in there, though.
I don't know that. Now when I see, I don't know that. Now, I'm telling you this tune, it ain't no hating or nothing, man. This is straight up sincerely, man. The whole time I was there, bro, this man's name was never mentioned in nothing gangster. And that's it. And that's all. That's the truth. From 2000 to 2003, before I went to pre-release, that man, only thing I ever heard about that man, he's from West Dallas. He was so say could fight. And he was from Rolling 60s. That's it, homie. I mean, what else can somebody say about it? All these different tragic World War II stories that he's telling now, I'm just finding out myself on the internet with y'all. I'm like, because I don't know nothing about that. You can be all you can be, bro. And if you got dudes that's your day ones co-signing you, man, trying to help you get to the next level because they want to try to, some kind of way in their mind, they really feel like that they want to take over the YouTube, man. The Ferguson inmates, they the only inmates. You don't see nobody out of no other major prison unit in the state of Texas doing this.
Well, you know, how did it become? So with you and Dewberry, being from the same, set. How did y'all end up getting issues on the internet instead of being able to come to a resolution to whatever?
It goes back to his little partner, man. His little best friend. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with the Charleston guy. Me and Charleston were actually into it, and he inserted himself in it, of course. Mob James, I spoke on that situation when Mob James came down, and Dewberry didn't like that. It didn't sit well with him because I made a statement that he only sat there while Charleston was finna get beat to death, and he didn't budge. And if you go back and look at the footage, he didn't budge. But anyway, man, that's how me and Dewberry got into it. He didn't like what I said, and he used that instance right there as his opportunity to come into the game of YouTube and come after me. Mm-hmm. And he's based his whole entire get down is about me. I mean, man, it's so pathetic and so pitiful, homie.
Why do you feel like his entire get down?
Every single show, bro. I'm telling you, man, this is tiring. This dude is just relentless, and he's just stalkish and like a little bad little brother that won't just go away. You're trying to shoo him away, and he just keeps running up and, I want to go. I'm going to tell Mom. That's what I take him as. Like, come on, man. I'd never deal with you, bro. What you see yourself as, homie, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. I don't mess with that. That's why I didn't mess with that over there. That's why we didn't know each other over there. I was about handling my business, getting ready to go home, man. Homie wanted to be a kid, be around that corner over there with them goofies.
Right. Well, you're arguing with Dewberry, and Dewberry brings in Big Suge.
That's what y'all call him? Bro, come on. I mean, I ain't never called him no Big Suge in my life. OG Suge in my life. That's Suge. To my Suge.
103rd Suge.
To my Suge.
Well, you know, when I talk to Percy about Suge, you know what I'm saying, or I've heard him talk about Suge, it's always been in a respectful manner.
Suge is the same age as me, man. Suge ain't getting called Big OG for me, man. I'm sorry. That's dead. And I ain't from 103rd Grape Street. So that's just that, man. Like, really, bro. No disrespect or nothing, but I just ain't feeling that. Like, he has a place in history. All of us do, I believe, you know? But his place in history is going to be tainted forever. And I really, just to spare him on national TV, I'm not going to go there. But if you watch my channel, man, and you really want to know or something like that, you can get down to it. I don't want you tied into none of that. Respectfully, bro. Really.
No, understood.
Okay.
Understood.
All right.
You know,
I don't want nobody saying nothing about none of that.
Well, I appreciate I appreciate you from leaving me out of
Guaranteed.
the Ferguson politics.
Guaranteed. All of it. Really. You don't have nothing to do with none of this stuff, man. You doing the best you can. We proud of you, man. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm an advocate for the young brothers, man, guy here getting it. Look how I ride for Trey Hundo. Yeah. Got love for y'all dudes, man, for real, man. And I would never do nothing to have y'all off in no mess like this.
Yeah. I mean, here's it is with the whole Ferguson Chronicles, you know, I like what Hollywood is trying to do as far as...
That's my boy. I helped promote the channel. I helped promote this channel. Right. But, of course, man, in life, we didn't know where this was going. And I was all for it. And I'm still all for it. That's my bro. And me and him we talk about this. One thing about me and Hollywood's relationship, I want to say, and I would hope that this is true, is that we can tell each other how we really feel and still be down with each other, because I'm not doing nothing physically to harm him. I'm giving him my opinion when he asks me.
I believe when you came into the day room, you know, like they were going to shut you down, and Hollywood stood up for you.
That's not true. That's not true. My homeboy from San Antonio, man, that I met in Las Vegas, man, and he's been around. I hadn't seen him in 10 years. He came on their screen. I'm watching the show. I had already professed and promised and sworn a stack of Bibles. I ain't coming nowhere near that. No desire whatsoever. Even with Hollywood being my bro, it didn't matter. Okay? I wasn't coming over there to be going through all that with them clowns. So, I look on the screen and my homeboy talking, and I'm like, man, Cole. Now I got to go over there. I can't let him go over there representing me like that. So I went over there. And we didn't know how it was going to turn out, but it was a bunch of lies told. It was immediately from Dewberry wanting to take over the conversation, wanting to be the big mouth. And I've been through about 10 peace treaties with this dude online, man. And none of them work. None of them last 24 hours. If we make it 48 hours, man, please. So I'm already knowing his whole get down. He want to be the star of the show. He want to... Yeah, man, Loco, I ain't got nothing against you, man, and all this old stuff. Well, if you look at just this morning, the man is ranting and going crazy, losing his mind. If you look yesterday, you know, it's just obsession with me, man, because I achieved a lot, bro. You know, I'm from the game, and I came away unscathed in that game. So when that happens, man, in the black community, man, and a lot of dudes ain't never got a chance to get none of that kind of money, man, and really understand that lifestyle the way I did, and to move around and do my thing and take homies to other cities across the country and really live this life out, not faking and shaking, not the wannabe stuff that we hear. Oh, hey, man, they just want to be like that. Nah, man, the real deal, man. You hear me? Real deal. And mind you, I'm from Seguin. I'm from the projects. I wasn't never supposed to be able to achieve this. I wasn't never supposed to go on Ferguson and be able to come back and tell you and everybody else that that's all bullcorn. That's all bullcorn, man. The Safe Prison Act they talking about it started in 2003. Man, these boys been snitching. They been telling. So it started back in the 90s. The whole time I was down there, these dudes telling. telling. It wasn't none of them killing. Tell them to tell you about a body they caught on the inside. All them dudes. One of them surely had to have a body on the inside. Tell them to show you an indictment paper where they stabbed another inmate up in there while they was there, and they got indicted and charged with it. Tell them to bring on one of the dudes that they knocked out so we can see if these dudes... Man, we don't know nothing about none of that. And okay, let's say all of it's true. Is that anything that we care about? I thought what part is that going to save the children? That's glorifying. You're trying to glorify yourself. And that's why I catch these dudes every time. Quit glorifying it. And they first favorite words are this. Look, I'm not trying to glorify the penitentiary. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. It's reverse psychology. Then they go to telling you about how they had an officer lady and she had a big butt and she was the baddest one over there. Yeah. And I'm like, man, come on back, man. We out here, man. Chill out. It's pathetic. Ain't nothing inspiring about talking about the penitentiary. Nothing inspiring to me. I want to go get some money. Who want to go with me, man? You hear me? That's what I'm talking about, man. Keeping it cracking. Not laying down my flag out here and selling out because my blind homeboy decided to go ape shit on the world. I don't let nobody make no decisions for me, homie. You can't pick no shade tree for me to sit up under. No, indeed, man. That ain't right. I'm in my 40s. I ain't running around the country as a hype man for some strange and deranged mental patient. So that whole Ferguson thing, man, really screwed a lot of these brothers up, man, and got them living in a reality that ain't reality, man. It's just a bunch of BS. And they gonna keep on going. And you find these dudes 10 years from now, they'll still be talking about Ferguson.
I mean, you know, and this is my thing is, I actually like the fact that, you know, you got some brothers who done came home and done found a lane.
Yeah, but all of them can't find that lane, bro. It's just quite naturally that we see right now that there ain't no room for that lane. It's one hallway, man. You gonna put 17 cats on one hallway, each of them have a channel? Who wants to watch that? Who wants to listen to that? Keep it 100, homie. That's common sense, man. And I'm gonna say this here. These dudes have weakened the Ferguson brand. Tremendously. They got people laughing at them from other states. Dudes calling me like, say, cuz, look out, Loco. What's going on, man, with these fools? Embarrassing, man. Embarrassing, bro. These guys are really proud about being in prison. Proud about the unit.
Yeah. I did have one more comment on the equation. I interviewed a Hispanic guy by the name of Homer Lee, and you know he defended Percy. If you look, it seems that it's only black people that are really attacking Percy, and in addition to it only being us, I interviewed another guy by the name of King B. You know what I'm saying? Apparently he was over the Bloods in Ferguson at the time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know him. He wasn't over there with me.
The point is that he's defending Percy.
Wow.
And if anybody had something to say about him, you would think it'll be the Bloods or it'll be the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying?
Or the 60s.
I ain't get too deep into or the 60s.
You know, man, come on, man.
Yeah, it seems like it's only, you know, and I'm not just trying to put them out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're all grouped up on that level, but it seems like it's only Crips that are attacking.
So
Percy.
it's always been, bro. And this ain't for homies that ain't rocking like that. This ain't even for your ears, man. But for the dirty, rotten scoundrels that's out there been doing it, Crip on Crip violence and Crip on Crip hating, man, is gonna go on forever, homie. So it shouldn't be it ain't not one blood coming after Percy talking about nothing. Ain't one blood came after Loco talking about nothing. Nothing. Never. Ever. Nothing but our so-called homeboys. Just saying, bro. So that's what I've been saying. So I stood one deep. Even with Percy. Percy's my bro. But Percy know once this is over, Percy goes back over here and I go back over here. I'm not no clout chaser. I'm not nobody trying to get in Percy's lane. Percy has a hell of a thing called Tales from the Crypt. Percy, that was him. That's him. That's his blast. Percy got the church house. I'm watching. Percy talk about his regular life. I'm watching. I'm not finna go try to beat Percy, man, or try to go jog Percy out. I seen an opportunity for me to go and stand up for another brother instead of being jumping on the bandwagon and bashing them or turning my head and acting like I didn't see nothing.
Mm. And you were one of those who was attacking Percy at a point. And so
at a point.
If anything, you had a reason that was right there was the time to stomp him on out.
Man, and you know what happened with that, man? One morning, man, and this is the true story. I want people to hear this. Percy came in my live one morning in the heat of the battle. Imagine this, true story. Came in my live and said, Loco, okay. I said, what are you doing? What are you on? He said, I need to talk to you. I said, Loco, I ain't tripping. I want to come on. So he didn't know how to do it and come on. So a couple days later, about 3 days later, he finally worked it out. Somebody showed him or he got it. Came on my screen, man, and told me, man, Loco.
He was on StreamYard back then.
Right. He said, Loco, man, I ain't tripping with you, cuz. I said, cuz, I've been trying to tell you, man. Your kinfolks is my homeboys, man, from 60s, oh. See what I'm saying? I said, man, I been got the word, cuz them don't want me tripping with you no more, my nigga. He said, man, what? He walked in the kitchen and said, Mama, it's my boy Loco right here. Man, come on, man. All these tough guys, they gonna say that I'm soft for saying this, but I don't care, man, because, man, look, man, when Percy said that and did that and his mama, the respect I have for that lady, man, a beautiful black mama, you hear me? Man, that touched me. So that's why I'm sitting here talking for Percy. That's why I've been riding for Percy. Percy a good brother. He didn't have to, when you let a brother meet your mama, you know what time it is, too. You don't take everybody to meet your mama, player. He took me immediately to meet his mama, came humbled to my show with my little old bit of subscribers. Man, I was about 3,000 subscribers back then. What is he? Percy. Man, man, I mattered to him. He matters to me today. And that's how we going to keep it cracking. And I gave him my condolences about AD. He know what it is. I ain't going to let nobody pick on it. That's dead. So it is what it is, man. We ain't want no violence. We don't want no trouble. Ain't nobody trying to get nothing. But we got freedom of speech, and we will exercise it at all costs.
No, shit show. Man, is there anything you want to let the people know that maybe they didn't know? You know what I'm saying? But need to know?
Don't never get me twisted, man. Don't never think that I'm glorifying gangs at the point where I want to see people fail or crash out. That's dead. I have a different style. I have a different technique of reaching the youth. And I'm going to do things my way. Much love to everybody. Much love to you, bro. I appreciate you for real, man. Got a lot of respect for you. You're going to the top. Watch. Right.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.